who are you? Who is Jamie Banks?
By profession, I teach sometimes, and I'm also a writer. And my first interview on Simon Dello today, that part wasn't the joke, well, it wasn't really that good, to be honest. I was sort of like, so I hear you write books, and I was like, oh, is my keyboard that loud? And then, so anyway, what's your first book about? Oh yeah, it's sort of about 200 pages, I guess. Yeah. Divide people into groups and give them various situations as to how they would deal with their stress. And it's interesting because often I take some of the groups out and I say, look, I want you to come up with the most creative, imaginative way of dealing with a stressful situation. And then we put them back into the groups. And invariably those groups have a much, much more interesting, dynamic, powerful way of dealing with the stress. Particularly in regards to education, Baha'u'llah says that we should regard man as a mine rich in gems of inestimable value. And he says that only education can really reveal those things inside. So when I go into a room with kids on detention, you know, I imagine that there are gems inside these kids that are of inestimable value. And that helps me teach in a way that's enthusiastic, that they sense from me that I regard them and what they have, the gifts that they have, as being really important, and for everyone in the world, not just themselves or their families or their friends, but for the whole community. I was very, very anti-religion, I must say, and I thought it was a crutch and stuff like, you know, the usual cliches that you hear. And but on one particular Baha'i Club day, it was really, really cold outside, and as you can see, I don't have a lot of meat on me, and I wasn't looking forward to going out and sitting in the cold. Abdu'l-Baha, who was the son of Baha'u'llah, prophet founder of the Baha'i Faith, said that we must not forget Christ. And he recommended that for Baha'is who go to Israel, that they visit the holy places that Jesus went to, and the places that were associated with his life. So when I was in Israel, I stopped in at Jerusalem, of course, and visited some of the places that were important to Christianity. And it was, you know, Israel was a perfect place for me to go to in that sense, because, you know, it was the home of Christianity, but it's also where the world centre of the Baha'i Faith is now. So I could really, you know, I was right in the middle of this place of religious history.
Yeah, so it's not even just research by books. You went there and felt it and had a spiritual journey.
Definitely, yeah. I tried it and I was just really blown away about the basic teachings of the Baha'i Faith, and they all made sense to me, whereas the things in a lot of other, perhaps, religions didn't quite add up to me, and I just, it was a real shock. That religion could be beautiful, it could make sense. But I also try and use comedy as a way of conveying a message about something. And also I write poems about being single, okay? And yeah, I've been writing poems about being single for about 3 years. Yeah. And can I just get an idea? Hands up if you're a single guy out there. Just hands up, please. Hands up high. Okay, girls, look around. Look around. There's a lot of... Okay, see, there's a lot of talent on stage, but there's also a lot of talent out there. So I talk about stuff like being single, and I've been single for quite a long time. And I like to, you know, use that to encourage other people who are single also, and to view that in a different way, and so that they can laugh at themselves rather than moaning about how they, you know, there aren't enough good men or women in the world and that sort of thing.
Would you like to leave your phone number here now?
Is that possible?